Step into the spotlight.
Hey guys, Underground Geek here. So here's the deal. I come into this book with very low expectations. I figured I was not going to like it at all. I figured it was just an SJW character, especially by the description of it. We'll talk about the description in a minute, but this is part of DC Universe's new age of heroes. They come up with these all-new heroes trying to branch out and try new things, which is okay. I mean, I can't fault them for that. And then you see this character and you're like, no. This is everything we don't like about Marvel right now. And so then I got into it, and I really had to push myself to read this book. Like, I really didn't want to read this book, but I figured it'd be good to tell you guys what I think, and to also let you guys out there that hadn't read it know what this book is about. And you know, I don't really like the cover. I know a lot of people like Romita Jr., but I don't really like the cover. First of all, because she looks like a man in the face. Second of all, she has no boobs. Third of all, the shell casings are a little wonky. I don't know if they did that on purpose, but they're a little wonky, and I don't really like that. It's hard to draw really good shell casings, though. So he may have done them like that on purpose. And then you have these weird ninjas, but we'll get into that in a minute. So as we get into the description here, if I can get... I don't even think it's got a description. Let's go back to the last page here. The problem with these books are they wait till the end of the book to get to the title page. So then you're just kind of like trying to figure everything out. But this book was written by, let's see, it was created by Dan Abnett and John Romita Jr. That's who created this character. The cover is by Romita Jr., Hope and White. I don't know what that is. The inks are by Sandra Hope. The colors by Dane White. Okay, there you go. Letters are by Tom Napatino. So the book kind of surprised me. I didn't think I was going to like it at all, especially from the cover and then the description of it. When they described this book, they described it as, or this character, they described her as the best. It was like the best mercenary you've never heard of. And I thought, oh my God, really? I mean, that is the most terrible description. I mean, because it makes you go back to the SJW Marvel days where they popped up with these characters and they're automatically the best there ever was. You know, Riri Williams, best there ever was. The new Hawkeye, Kate, whatever her name is, best there ever was. You know, they're just automatically good. So that really got on my nerves. Well, as I got into this, I was pleasantly surprised. Now, the first page irritated me because she's got the short hair, and I cannot stand the short hair. The way they draw her, I can't stand it. Because you could do that hair a little bit differently, and you could do her face a little bit differently, and it would work. There's plenty of women out there with short hair, and it would look fine. But you draw her like a dude, so I don't really like that. But we get straight into the action. She's at a diner. She's yelled at somebody. She said, "You did this to me. You did this to my life," and then shoots them. So I can only think that that's probably Talia al Ghul. But this character apparently had some history with Talia al Ghul. She was a killer for her, and then, you know, they had this group called Leviathan. Eventually she got out, and she's got a whole new life. When we first get into this character, I really like her. She's pretty. She's nice. She's got this cute little kid. She's buying him some supplies for school, some pencils and whatnot, and she keeps calling him Jelly Bean, which is a cute little name. And then we have our first run-in with a bad guy. And these bad guys are weird because they've all been upgraded. You know, they've had these weird mechanical things done to them. So when she first goes to fight him, she pulls a... what was that guy's name? Jason Bourne. She pulls a Jason Bourne, which I thought was pretty cool. She starts attacking him with the pencils that she'd gotten for her son, and attacks him multiple times. She's thinking the whole time. They're talking about the dialogue. She's thinking. She's talking about, gotta hit him here, gotta hit him here, gotta hit him here, gotta do this, gotta do that. And then we see the first reveal of her ability. And I don't really want to give away her ability too much, but it makes a lot of sense with her name, Silencer, which I thought was just a trope for, you know, a gun silencer, but it's not. So then she goes to hit him, they're fighting, but they keep doing this thing with her hair. And he grabs her hair and she says, I used to keep my hair short for a reason. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then, but they bring it up multiple more times in the book, and I'm like, why is her hair so important? You know, I like her hair, leave it alone. So then she fights the guy, is able to neutralize him, gets back with her son, goes home. We get to meet the husband, the rest of the family, and it's very much got this action movie feel, because he grabs her, she's wounded, she's like, oh, and he's like, what happened? And she makes an excuse. She's trying to hide it. She goes to the bathroom to fix herself up, and she's pretty hot. As she's in there fixing herself up, she's got these cool tattoos, and then she's fixing to cut her hair off, and I'm like, what is it with this hair? First of all, you can't cut your hair off, because your husband's going to be like, why did you just cut all your hair off? You know, that's going to be a big red flag to me. My wife has beautiful long hair. If she cut her, we actually had this discussion the other night. If she cut her hair off that short, we're going to have a talk, because nobody does something that drastic without an issue. Now, if she wants to have that hair and we've talked about it, that's fine. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say she can't have her hair a certain way. You know, we're not in Saudi Arabia, cough, cough. But my thing is, if you do something that drastic, that's a huge red flag. That's a psychological red flag. I would immediately be calling some kind of doctor. You know, like, that's weird. But anyway, she gets stopped because they have a guest come to the house, and it's Talia al Ghul. And the husband lets her in and says, oh yeah, her name's Talia al Ghul, and doesn't think anything weird about somebody having that name. Like, I would instantly be like, why is your name Talia al Ghul? That's the strangest thing. So they get to talking. They send the husband and the son into a different room, and she starts talking to Talia about what's happening. And she said, you know, I'm out. What are you doing here? I'm out. And then she's saying, well, you know, they don't think you're out. They're coming for you, basically. So gives her a gift, or gives her some kind of object. She's not having it. She rushes her out the door, and she's going to take her to the airport. So as we cut to the next scene here, we get our first look at the bad guy, the big bad, Mr. Remedy, and I think that's a funny name. And they finally get a confirmation of Silencer, and then they also get a location of the demon's daughter, which is Talia al Ghul. So as they're headed to the airport, they get stopped by someone and crash the car. You know, there's a bomb goes off, and they're both laying there. And then we get the first look at the two bad guys, and they're pretty awesome. We have Blood Vessel and Breacher, which I think are really cool names, considering what their costumes look like. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then we get a conversation between them. They said, hey, you made us, Talia, but Mr. Remedy made us better, or Quietus made us better. Leviathan endures without you. And then he says, close your eyes, because he's going to kill her. First of all, Talia al Ghul is tougher than that. But second of all, then we get our first look at Silencer and her costume, which I have to say is pretty trashy. But she grabs Talia by her hair and starts dragging her around by her hair, which I thought was really weird. Like, what is their obsession with hair and cutting hair and pulling hair? This is the weirdest thing, guys. But she takes the guys out. They may be dead. I'm not sure. It certainly does look like it. Blood Vessel's got a bullet through his head, so he's probably dead. I'm not sure. But that's the end of it there, and it ends the book. And I gotta say, her costume's trash. Like, they really got to work on that costume. But other than that, I really liked the comic book. Now, did I like the art? Not really. The art is kind of weird. The art reminds me of that book, Kick-A, I don't know if you remember that. It had like 2 movies and it has the series of books. That's what it reminds me of, is that style. And I hate that style. So, I wasn't really excited about that. Other than that, it's a pretty good story. I just, I've already stated my opposition with it, the things I have a problem with, the things that kind of weird me out that they're obsessed with, which was kind of strange. The whole hair thing, like they bring it up 3 times, and it's just odd. They have a couple comedy points in here. The bad guy that she fights at the beginning of the book, his power supply is in his crotch, which I thought was pretty funny. She, punches him there and takes it out. Other than that, I thought it was pretty cool. I think her power is really cool, whatever that power is. I won't spoil it for you. I want you to read the book. I think that the characters are really fun. I think she's fun. Like I said before, I hope that they don't get like overly obsessed with the feminism thing. But other than that, I would say check this book out. Romita Jr. is a pretty good guy. The art needs to be a little bit better. That's the only problem. This is not worthy of DC. Like, they need to really work on that. But other than that, it's pretty good. I give the book like a 7.5 out of 10. It's decent. I'll read issue 2 and we'll see how it goes. I'm interested in the story most of all. So, yeah, definitely check this out, guys. That's all I got to say. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I hope you guys have a great day. Underground Geek out.